Yeah, I don't think they. Okay. So hopefully you guys can hear me. And I just wanted to let everyone know that we are getting ready to hit the road and go on our way to Europe. So we're very, very excited. We have been extremely busy as a group working on rolling everything out and getting it all out to Asia, Europe, and the rest of the United States, and internationally and globally. So thank you for this opportunity to be able to talk to everyone. We've got some exciting changes going on, and we're excited to be able to talk to you guys about it today. Byron and Daniel and Casey and Russ and Rye and the rest of the team, along with Aaron and all of your leadership, have been working on really getting the scientific aspects in place because we've heard you all. And we understand that what you guys are looking for are a series of research, clinical white papers, abstracts, which point not just to specific products, but to these products as it relates to the rest of healthcare. And so we understand that you're looking for a solution in the research and in the data where you can actually bring this to people in the community and show them how this is impacting not just nutraceuticals and wellness, but overall healthcare in general as it applies to the overall quality and cost of healthcare. So we've been rolling out pilots when it comes to HybridChart and NutriChart. We have about 13 of those that we're in the process of working on where we can collect data with everything in healthcare as it pertains to even when someone comes into an office through their continuum of care. We also have been focused on patents and working on new products. And we've got a couple of those ready to roll out to you guys. I'm going to try to keep quiet about a lot of that because we want to make it an exciting launch while we're in Europe and Asia and the rest of the United States. So we will be rolling that out pretty systematically. And right now, what our focus is letting you guys know really how excited we are about 2018 and getting the scientific research database and information out there for you all, really compounding and working on our current products to validate to the wellness, nutrition, anti-aging, detox communities, as well as the rest of healthcare, why you need products like this into the overall healthcare plans, as well as the new products that we've been working on for over a year to get out to all of you guys. So thank you so much for allowing us to have the opportunity to kind of take a time out where we were going to make a few changes. And I'm not sure how much of that we're going to be talking about with you guys as far as those changes. Byron, you may want to give me a little bit of feedback if I'm allowed to talk more because I don't want to say too much. Absolutely. So we're rolling out some different tests which are looking at inflammation markers and looking at heavy metals. We're not making any claims. We're simply going to test different people that are interested in being tested so that we can look at your overall healthcare and what's going on in your bodies. At the same time, we are collecting this through databases, and that's what the pilots are, where we will be looking at exactly what is going on with distributors and customers as it relates to the products and overall healthcare. And we will be working with doctors as well. So we're going to be incorporating the model from a regular healthcare, basically tracking mechanism like an EMR, EHR, to a customer service distribution model so that we can track it on that end too. And we're doing this through laboratory testing and not just a database.
Now, as Christina, as we're kind of putting this together, what does this really mean for, just nutrition in general?
So I can hear you, Byron, on my computer.
Oh,
yes.
They can. Coming through, huh?
Yeah. So as this relates to the new projects and new scientific research databases that we're rolling out, we'll be able to track not just seed-based nutrition, but actually we're tracking even like SOL or core if it's being used for people that are patients. Like, we're all patients, right? We should be empowered to have our own data and to know what's going on with our healthcare. So we are going to be first to market to really be able to provide this opportunity to this type of industry and also assist healthcare providers internationally. It's really exciting. It's cutting edge. I've had the opportunity to work on a lot of cutting edge products, but this is cutting edge because we're changing healthcare overall by some of the steps that we're making as an organization. And I credit Byron and Daniel and Russ, Ryan, all of the group, Casey, for having the forward-thinking, visionary approach to how we're going to make changes together in healthcare.
Well, I can tell you this, everybody, working with Christina and her team hand in hand the last year or so, I mean, the progress that we're being able to make, the things that we're able to do in this arena, I mean, I'm shocked at how fast it's going. The patents that we've been able to file, the things that we've been able to accomplish, it's just moving at such a faster pace. And that always happens, once again, when you're teaming up with the right people, the people that also want to go out there and make a difference and make a change. And you know what? Change sometimes, whether it's good or bad, is never good, because change is change. And so I want, and hopefully everybody can embrace, and I know that the world's eventually going to have to embrace what we have, because this is something that I think, Dr. Cook, not only you, but the other people like Dr. Diaz and Dr. Cather and others that we're dealing with, they're forward thinkers as far as, what has to happen in this country, what has to happen as far as prevention. And I love that you not only see that, but are bringing additional people to the table that see that is not just something that's a great idea, but it's going to be a necessity.
It's going to be a necessity. It's a game changer, and it is hard. When you take it's hard and it's wonderful. It's like every, I think, important thing and stance you make in life. It takes a lot of energy. It takes people not giving up and being positive about those changes and being frontiers. Listen, when pioneers in countries went to new areas, whether it was in Asia or Europe, North America, South America, I don't care where people were, when they were pioneers, it was never an easy journey, but it's an exciting journey. And I'm just really proud to be part of this team and to make dynamic changes, which are not easy, but are needed in order for us to really make an overall impact as really a new way of incorporating Eastern and Western medicine, tracking this, publishing it into the medical, clinical, research, scientific community, and then also being able to have the best sales, distribution, marketing teams, obviously, that will be able to take it to the healthcare providers, but also to customers and patients in the United States, in Europe, in Asia, in the whole world. So you really are encompassing looking at all these countries as we work together to say, look, you guys may have a different type of seeing patients or doing healthcare in your country. Let's all gather that information together. Let's put our products in there and look at how they're impacting healthcare in this country and in the other countries. And then let's get answers. Let's not make guesses. Let's really figure out what the best way to treat people are and how we do that.
Oh, I love that. And as we get more people and more talent like yourself, Dr. Christina Cook, I mean, I know you don't like me calling you doctor, but when we're on these calls and stuff, I do really respect what you've done and the difference that you've made and that you're making here in Rain. And the thing that I love most about that is we have a vision, we have a direction on where we know we want to go. And then when you have people that can bring talents to the table that can help us get there a lot quicker, as distributors, what we need to do, and we teach this to our teams and our organizations, that if we have so much time in a day, if we only have so many resources, then what do we need to do with those? We need to make sure that we're spending our time, energy, money, and resources on the things that we know can impact in a greater way, in a greater capacity, and get us to our end goal a lot quicker. And so, actually with all of these things coming to the table, with all the things that we could do, still being at a point where, guys, we're going to be in the future, I believe, a multi-billion-dollar organization that can do whatever we want to do. But as we're at where we're at, and we're focusing and we're seeing not only the necessity, but that we have something that truly can change and impact people's lives, then we as a company continually need to go back and do that exact same thing. We need to look and say, what can we do with our time, our energy, and our resources to be able to get where we know we need to go faster? And so one of the reasons that I wanted to have this call and make this announcement with everybody and talk about some of these things is because, like I said, change, I know good or bad, is never good, but we do need to make one or two changes. And one of those changes right now that we're going to make so that we can put our time and energy and resources to things that are going to be coming out. And I'm going to have Christina kind of tease a little bit on some of these things that we're working on. But what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to basically pull back and we're going to put kind of the fuse line on the shelf. Doesn't mean that we don't have the patents on it. It doesn't mean that we don't love it, but it's the time and money and resources that we're spending on all these product lines need to give us that turn. I can't have hundreds of thousands of dollars in inventory sitting all over the world if it's not giving us as fast of a return as we need. And so what we were doing is we've got all of these new things that are going to be coming out. We're looking at all of our inventory, all of our costs, all of our expenses, and saying, how can we speed it up? And one of the things that we need to do is and you're going to hear about some of these new products that we're coming out with, but guys, these products cost a lot of money for research. These products cost a lot of money for these studies. These products cost a lot of money to inventory all over the world. We're in 40 countries now. So when we make these decisions, my goal isn't to have 500 products in Rain. My goal isn't to be a Walmart. Okay, that's not my goal. My goal is to make sure that every single product that we have, how can we make it better? How can we make a bigger impact? And how can we make sure that the time and money that we all are spending, because guys, this isn't just my money. How did we get this money? We get this money by our Rain partners going out there and going out and sharing this. Okay, this is our money, so we need to be fiscally responsible and make the best decisions that we think are going to get us to that mark that we want to get a little bit faster. So with all these things that we could do, we need to be smart. And that's why what we're going to be doing right now, like I said, I want to make this announcement that we are going to shelf the fuse line for now, because we've got some pretty amazing things that we want to come out with and that are coming out that, guys, they're not cheap products, and they are life-changing products. And guys, everything costs money. Everything does. All right. So Christina, let's tease a little bit about this. And the thing that I love about these products, guys, here's what you got to understand. Now, we love Soul, right? We love Core, we love Form, we love all of our products, and we've been kind of looking at which ones are trending when we're making this decision and which ones aren't trending as fast. And then at the same time, even though we can talk about Soul and we can talk about Core, and Christina and her team is continually trying to help us become better, the thing that I love about these new products, not that she's passionate or any less passionate towards what we have, but these products that we're coming out with, this is her life's work. This is some of the stuff that she's been working on for a long time. These are a lot of studies, a lot of clinicals, and you think about that. When we come out with products that not only are life-changing, that have patents, that have studies, and you have the person that did the research, you have the person that actually figured this thing out in labs and all these things on the stage telling people about it, what kind of power do you think that's going to give us as a company? What kind of power do you think that's going to give us as Rain partners and distributors, when the products that we're dealing with and that we're coming out with not only are life changing, but you've got the people there that were, helping us through that whole process to even bring it into existence. And I love that, Christina. I love that. I love that you can do that. And people feel your passion. But I mean, maybe give a quick little teaser, some insight on some of the things that we're working on. And it's not just one thing, guys. It's not just one thing, but go ahead.
Thank you. Well, there's a lot of different things that we've been working on, and you guys have heard some of the patents, and we'll be talking about them more. And I actually had a phone call yesterday from Daniel about additional patents that we need to file. But just to give you a teaser about what is coming out, some of you do know about the genetic test, and we're going to keep making those better and better. We're always going to keep improving the science that we have, but we're not, like Byron said, we're never going to get rid of the current products that are really good that you need to really detox the cell, regenerate the cell, and help you. We're just going to continue to make everything better and document it through the science. So we've been working on a couple of products focused around additional detox, even though we do know that we're cleansing with the core. We're still looking at improving the things that we're doing, and we will have those out soon. We also have been working on a formula which will help with inflammation, with joints, and with overall in the body what's going on, because we hear everyone, when they're talking about pain, we know that there's toxins, right? We've talked about that. We've got to get rid of the toxins. I have had a very exciting time because I'm in a class called Nanotechnology at the Graduate School in Bioscience Engineering at Harvard. And on last night, I had the class, and our professor, who's world renowned in nanotechnology and one of the top scientists, was explaining to us in 2004 that they took 10 babies, and of those 10 babies, they found 200 toxins in their blood, and they were newborns.
Wow.
And then it's just, and then we were talking about working on products which would basically act as scavengers in the blood and go in and attach and be able to get rid of the toxins, right? So that's what was really neat. Is I'm sitting in a class at Harvard, and they told us what our final project was going to be, and I was sitting there thinking, wow, I've been working on this with Ryan all year, and it's just really exciting how cutting edge it is, that what we've been working on, and the ability that we have to bring this to people from a nutraceutical perspective, where it's really making their body healthy and cleaning the system, and then the ability that we have to be able to track that in a database that the payers use in the United States. And also, we have recent news that we've got major countries in Asia that will be using that database, which is extremely exciting. We just found that out last week, and I had really good news on it this week. So that means you've got a database you guys are going to be able to have in a pilot, and we can make it as good as we want to make it, and we're going to be able to track all of this with our products. So when Byron is talking about products, we've got multiple products coming out, but we've also got the tracking system that's now being used, that we get to track nutraceuticals. So now when the doctors ask, when I'm on the phone with you guys, well, I want to see the data, and I hear them ask me, and I say, well, we don't have all of that data. We're trying to get it. We have past research, but not on soul, not on core, right? Very, very soon, you guys will be able to have that data to back up what you're stating, and you're not making claims. You're just going to say stuff like, well, in our database that we're using for research, we were able to see there were, for example, 100 people that had diabetes, and here were the lab results, and here were different things that happened that showed that there was an improvement of quality and overall care and healthcare. And then we're going to show the data behind it and the facts behind it.
Well, Christina, I mean, how many nutraceutical companies do you know of that have anything like that?
There's a couple of nutraceutical companies that are going down the route to try to understand genetic testing and offer a few tests. We are giving a little bit of a teaser because we're offering a couple, but we have the ability, as you know, Byron, to do a lot of different additional tests if we want. I don't know of another company that has that ability. I don't know of another company at all that has the ability to work with a rounding tool that's also serves as an EHR, EMR, that we're allowed to track data, and we're able to basically make it into whatever we want to help the healthcare system internationally. I don't know of another company like us in any format that is using a database that you've got countries and governments that want to use the same database. I don't know of anyone.
I love it. I love doing something that's never been done before, Christina. So thank you so much for helping us on that. Guys, I want you to think about this too. As you're going out there sharing your own story, as we're going out there and helping people better their lives, we're grabbing this information that then one can show and validate to them what our products are doing to help support their body better, right? And then two, it's going into a hole that is going to help the world see and help us. What's going to happen when you have the data, when we have the data? What kind of products are we going to be able to make then? What kind of things are we going to be able to improve upon then once we have hundreds of thousands of pieces of data? And not only that, but we all know in networking, guys, we are storytellers. We love to tell stories. That's what really goes out there and empowers people. What's going to happen when you can go out there and not just tell somebody, I think I feel better, but when you can go out there and show somebody, a test that what happened with you, what kind of story and power is that going to impact in your life when you can do that, guys? And I'm here to tell you, it's only going to make what we're doing how much stronger. It's going to be so powerful. And so I'm really, really excited for the next couple of months when we get to roll these things out, for the announcements, and to be able to get these products at these different Ascend events into people's hands. The different experiences that they're going to see with this DNA type testing that we're going to be talking about, and then the future things that we're going to be working on that's not following long after on some of these other things that we've been working on. So Christina, thank you so much for taking some time. I know you're busy. I know you're getting ready to hit the road again with me and go see a lot of our RAIN partners in Europe, and we're excited to do that. It was awesome seeing everybody in Asia. And it's really fun to see we have people that are here because they want to make a difference. And you can see that in the faces of our RAIN partners. And it's fun to get out amongst you and feel that passion and be able to give you some of these tools and resources. So I know you're excited with the doctors that you've even come in contact with as we've traveled that are excited about this as we've been putting some of these committees and these advisory boards and stuff together in the different markets.
I'm very, very excited. Thank you, you guys. It's going to be an awesome trip in Croatia. And we didn't talk about everything. We didn't get into the International Seed Nutrition Society in depth, but we've got a lot to do and a lot to be excited about and talk about when we're there.
Yeah, we do, guys. So you want to make sure that you attend these events. As far as the Fused is concerned, guys, get it while you can get it, because when it's gone, and we're putting all of our resources towards these new products because we want to get these to you, and we want to get them out there, and we want to put these things in place. And as you know, Dr. Cook is doing all these different things from the patents to the studies. This isn't really cheap stuff that we're doing. We're really wanting to validate this the right way, not 10 people in a room that took a product and tell you what they think. I mean, these are legitimate studies, legitimate DNA tests, legitimate everything that we're doing right now.
Great point, and I'm so glad you said that, Byron, because one of the things that we have been working on with the executive team and Daniel's group is a series of webinars where we will be able to talk to doctors and healthcare providers and approach things from that format over these live broadcasts. And then we're also going to call upon distributors to actually go in and hold roundtable discussions where we're presenting one of our white papers, and then we all discuss. We have a question answer session, and then we would like to have some people that have never used salt, that have never used core, try these products, and then we would like to send out surveys before and after. So that's something we're very excited. Our goal is to, in every country, have at least one roundtable a month at least. So if you, or a week, sorry. So if you do that, you've got 27 to 30 plus countries, right? So if you had 10 people in a room, half the people had used the products, half the people hadn't. Maybe none of the healthcare professionals have, but you're having an open discussion and you're giving some samples. If you guys think about that, how quickly RAIN's going to grow, it's huge, because you guys are going to be able to bring an opportunity to be part of research studies. People are going to be able to try products. Your doctors are going to be able to participate in roundtable discussions, and very quickly you're looking at 270 to 390 people a month that probably half have tried the products and half haven't and are participating in research. And and that's from just the distributor groups. And then you look at the roundtable. So you're looking at about 600 people, Byron, internationally that will be exposed on a weekly basis to our white papers, a patent. Like, what I would like to do is set it up, and I think Daniel feels the same way. So each time we're generating new information and you have a live question and answer session so that they're exposed to some of this new stuff that we're working on. And if they don't stay tuned and get those roundtables, they won't be exposed, because I think our goal is to invite the distributors and the people in the different countries that are really interested in growing this the way RAIN wants to grow it. It's gonna take off like wildfire.
Well, thanks, Christina. We appreciate you. And guys, we wanted to give you just a little bit of a taste. We wanted to kind of prep things and prepare you for things to come. It's all amazing and all good. And I still have a hard time sleeping at night sometimes when I think of all these things coming together. And you know the RAIN story. You know how things have happened for those people that have been with this for some time, or that even if you haven't, you've probably heard how this has all come together. And I feel so blessed to be able to work with the people that I work with, and you too, Dr. Christina Cook. We appreciate you, not just from me, but from all the distributors, from everybody here at corporate headquarters, because you do make a difference and you make an impact, and you're going to help us change the world. That's exactly what we're going to do. When we talk about changing the world one person at a time, that's not, starting with ourselves. That's not a slogan. That's not just a saying. That's a fact of what we're going to do, because that really is our goal and our mission. And so, guys, you want to make sure, I can tell you this right now, we barely scratched the surface on some of the stuff that's going on. We're barely talking about the impact that we're going to make. And if you really want to, there's no way we could do this on just a live call for about 20, 30 minutes. There's no way. So what you're going to hear, the things that you're going to see at these Ascend events, this next one in Croatia, guys, it will be life-changing for people. And it will be life-changing for millions of people that aren't even in that room, because of the things that we're going to be talking about and sharing. And we know about it now. So I'm looking forward to sharing that. I kind of have a hard time holding back when I know what we've got and where we're going on saying too much. I don't want to say too much sometimes, that it's very, very difficult. And then obviously when we come back here in Dallas and do the same thing here, we've got some, I can say it again and again and again. I said it enough. And that is, you just got to be there, and you will not be let down by any means. So thanks for tuning in today. Thanks, Christina. Appreciate your time once again. Guys, go out there if you're somebody that loves the fuse line. And like I said, we got the patent still. We got the thing. We're just putting it on the shelf for now. Go get it while we still got it. And you're going to love what we're coming out with, though. I promise you're not going to be disappointed. I promise you won't be let down. And you're going to see that we're doing this for everybody's benefit. And that is to put ourselves in a situation and a platform that as we go out and change other people's lives, we're going to change our own. And we're talking about a legacy company. We're talking about legacy income, and we're talking about changing generations, guys. So thanks so much. And Christina, thank you so much for being on today. Appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Byron.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone else.
All right, take care. Have a good day, everyone. We'll see you. Goodbye.